Okay, hello guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today you're gonna learn about Qbasic tutorial part 1, input. So we're first gonna learn about inputs and prints, okay? Let's get into it. So, let's get through this very quickly because I have to show you some demonstrations. So now input, okay, so what do you mean by input basically? Right, so input, you just basically mean, I'll draw a star and I'll explain it. Input basically means just like inputting something, right? You just like add something, you just like add it, okay? You just like add something, okay? So you just like basically add something and like you just add one thing, okay? So now this is input, okay? Now the second point, while we're like doing an input, right? Like doing an input. So always remember, okay, like when you add something, always remember add something. Like input basically means you just input one command, okay? You just like basically add one extra command that you input that extra command, okay? So now for suppose if we see in Qbasic, okay, so in Qbasic this is a very good start. Okay, so it's right now opening, and the second thing is like you'll have to you'll have to add like variables and the double code it while it writes. So the reason why is now because if I now add, okay, so like if I input, so if I input, okay, um, input what is, okay, so input what is my name, okay, which change it, okay. So what is my name, right? So okay, I'll rewrite it again. What is my name, right? So what you want to do is you just basically, okay, right. You don't add a W over here. I meant to keep it over here. So set the double quotes and just like, okay, so like what is my name, right? So you just add this and you end it with a comma, like, okay, no, okay. Okay. So you just add this over here and you put, like, because, now this is a string, okay? So like n, so you write name. So it works now because you've added a string, okay? So this is a string. Okay, so this is a string. Okay, sorry, I haven't written it properly. It's a string, okay? So like this is a string, right? So after you understood, I'll tell you in like one try what is a string. So string is basically like it's like a connection, okay? It's like a connection, right? So it's just basically a connection of something. Okay, so it's just a connection of something. So now let me clear it out. Okay, so let me make the razor more big. Okay, so this much bigger than it can be. Okay, no. Okay, so now next you move on to print. Okay, so now we move on to this thing called print. Now you might be confused. What is a print, right? So print is like basically nothing but it's like a replica. Like you just like copy paste something. Like for suppose if I write lack, let me just like loss. Okay, so if I just like loss, okay, loose, okay? It's just a word, so do not mind misspelled grammar. So now when it prints loose, like this, okay? So when it prints it, like in the output screen, like this is the output screen, it's gonna show loose. It's not gonna show like print, like you printed that stuff. It's not gonna show that. Okay, so it's just gonna show that only. So, yep. So now so you like it's just like it's just you just like you don't add, okay? You add these to the similarities between them, like okay, so you just add the double quoted all the way, like when you write. But it's not the case. Only if we're writing a string. Okay, like if we're writing a letter string. Now, for example, if you go here, print. Okay, so if you go print, oh, okay, if I just do this, it works. But okay, so you'll have to give like one double like lol, and it still works. Okay, so like you have to give commas. Okay, so I'll tell you why you'll have to put the string on. It's not basically in prints. It's not that important if you want to put, but if you want it to be like very neat, you can put like for suppose if I put a comma b comma c and you just end it. And the reason why you don't add a variable over here, it's not because in prints, right? You don't add a variable. The reason why is not because, like in input, right? So like when you want to print that statement, like you just input it, okay? So this is like the basic start. Like now for suppose, I'll give an example, okay? So like let's give a food example. So for suppose, okay? For suppose, like for like example, okay? So this is a plantation field, okay? This is a plantation field, and it just grows in crops, and it goes in crops, okay? So now, what did you input? You inputted the seed, and the print. It's gonna print. It's gonna like be like this, like this, like this, like this, and like this, right? If you don't understand this, I'll give another example. Okay, so the input, okay, now the print, right? So it's gonna print the same thing. Like for now, suppose if we put one very big. Okay, so now if we do like this, it grows some crops like this, like this, like this, like something. Okay, so now what did you input? You inputted the seed, okay, and then the output result will come like a plant. And then what did you print? You print it like you said it, right? Now the variable will be p, okay. Then for suppose this is a plant, and you just kept the variable as p. Okay, now the variable is p. Now because when you're inputting, right, you have to give the signal to the print command, like what it should do in the output. Okay, so print is nothing also known as output. Okay, the next, okay, so now when it gets printed, right, so it's gonna print plants. So it's gonna print p, like the variable. So when it prints plants, it's gonna basically print this, like the seed and the plant. Okay. So it's similar. Like if you didn't understand, also, I have a simple way. Just remember, input is basically the starting, and the print is like it's like the opposite. Like it's like it will come in the output screen. Okay, it's like basically the output. Now, for suppose you inputted seeds, and the print, like you input that p again. Like why did you input that p? Now because that's a variable. You have to always add a variable in like inputs. It's not because. Like print is basically your main statement, which is gonna be helping like the inputs, right? So you're gonna like add one number and like the cases, okay? So then it's gonna like print that statement because like so if you get my point, so there's the main point is just always remember it's just p equals to input and the should start is equal to print. Okay, so variable p and print. Okay, so now I'll show you one example. Okay, so I'm gonna give you simple input hello world. Okay, so you put this and put like let's put h for example. Okay, so you put these commas. Okay, you over here because you're like adding a variable. So if you can also add like hello world, and then you can add like you can just add, okay, so like hello world, right? So you just add, you don't need to add, so like just for example, like you put what is my age, right? What is my age? So I want to put a question mark, okay, like because it's your asking question, right? Now you can put H dollar. It still works, but actually it doesn't because there's like no proper variable. Okay? So I want to put H dollar. So when you put then dollar and without like okay, you can put H dollar, but you can put even A because it doesn't really matter. But for the proper thing, input what is my age? Now again you put inputs, right? Okay, so you put inputs. Let's say what is my favor? Okay, so favorite subject, right? So when you put that, you want to put the variable as subject. So put subject. Put subject dollar, because with subject dollar it can work, but if you put s as a variable, it still work. Now, okay, here now input what, okay, what is my what is my what is my favorite show? Okay, favorite show. Right, so you put this and you just basically add show dollar. Okay. Okay, sorry, this was not a dollar. Yeah, this is dollar. So why you put these dollars at the end? It's not because dollar is like basically one command. Okay, it actually helps like to input that. So now after, like if you put like for example, if I put a, it still works. Like I just entered it. Okay, so you can do that, but now if I put s, okay, it still works. It doesn't it doesn't say syntax error or something. And okay, it says no SS now because it might be confused. Like it should say a syntax error, but what is a syntax? It's like basically an error like which happens on the line, like when you add when you don't put one correct command at the same time, right? So now these S's don't react is not because there are two different inputs which have been inputted, like my favorite subject and my favorite show. So there's a difference over there. So, but for your confusion, we're gonna put show dollar and subject dollar. Okay, so subject dollar. Okay, and next we're gonna go to print and wanna print okay, so you want to actually the variable, so I'm going to show you. Okay, so H dollar, okay, comma, subject dollar and show dollar. Okay, when you put these down, okay, H dollar, subject dollar, and if you put one in inverted comma, it doesn't do anything, but yes. Okay, now the question. Okay, so after you do this, you're not add a variable now because you've already added more variable statements in the print, so it's like basically straight. Now let's see if it works. Okay, so you want to click on start and it's gonna create an exe file. Okay, so this is a basic program. You can program anything, like for suppose you want to program something. I'm gonna give you one okay. Now if it asks in your exam, what is my age, so I'm gonna write whatever my age is, right? So what's my favorite subject? Math. And my favorite show, let's say Mark. Okay, so I'm gonna say Mark Angel comedy, right? So it's now like in the end, like in the output, it's now gonna like summarize the thing. It's gonna say my 8 is 10, my subject say like my favorite subject is maths, and my favorite show is Mark Angel comedy. Okay, so that is it for today, guys. Hope you understood this. Thank you for watching. See you once again.